Alright, so now we finished the game. Let's do the special stages since
136 lives.
Well, I have played this game quite a lot.
Nice loading screen, though.
When I was trying to get all the trophies, Shuri.
Oh wait, Pedro, did you do the 2-player trophy one?
I did. I got my brother to help me.
Ah, Keen.
No, I'm not even kidding everybody. There's a trophy in the special stages where basically you have to get every single ring in this special stage that I'm doing right now. The problem is that unless you have someone to play with you on multiplayer, that trophy is literally impossible to get. Why?
It is.
Why? Because there are 2 trails of rings on opposite sides, which is literally impossible to get unless you have a second player controlling tails. It's bullshit.
Really?
Or if you just use a... Well, actually, Yeah, Pedro's right. However, if you're really good, you can try and control the 2 controllers at the same time.
But what
which
if
is
you don't
what
have
I did.
Okay, but what if you don't have a second controller?
That's just lonely. That's just lonely.
Then you're screwed.
Well, then again, to be fair, it's not
Okay.
like... Well, okay, fine. To be fair, this is not the only game to have a multiplayer-only trophy. Beyond Two Souls also had one, and I think I have one other game that does that.
Not to mention the fact that it is just a trophy anyway.
I guess.
I mean, now if it were like an actual in-game unlockable, that would be something to really complain about.
Okay, so basically...
So,
so basically, who here played Sonic 2?
Me.
Me. Everyone and their dog.
Well, then I don't really need to explain. This is the exact same special stage from Sonic 2, so yeah, if you played Sonic 2, you
Except
know.
Raz, how do you all feel about these unique special stages?
Well, Shiro, considering what happened with Lost World for DS, maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
There is one different gimmick about these special stages in Michael. You can use the Link ability, and also the fact that Tails losing rings won't affect you.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Lost World for
yes.
Lost World for DS was.
So if I can give these special stages something, they are technically an overall improvement over Sonic 2 special stages. And they make it so that Tails won't lose rings that he collects, so that makes your job easier.
True.
Not to mention the fact that the Link ability is a new thing. Granted, it is more done with multiplayer. So if I can give them that, they actually did try with this special stage. Unlike Sonic 4 Episode 1 special stages, which are literally just Sonic 1's special stage reversed in control, but I think I've talked enough about that.
Well, this special stage has the half pipe from most Sonic games. It looks like the stages from Colors 3DS, and the background looks like the special stages from Sonic 1, so it's kind of a mishmash.
Yeah, basically, okay. Basically, Shiro, is considering how horrible the Lost World for DS special stages were, honestly, maybe... Okay, fine. You know what, Dimps? We changed our mind. Just keep ripping off the good ones.
It's...
No, so, I mean, Dimps.
I didn't bother completing.
Oh my god!
Lost
Oh my
World
god! You
3DS.
didn't tell us... Oh my god, so you mean that Dwibs is actually Dimps in disguise? We've had Dimps among our ranks all this time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Done.
Anyway, yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I love how miserable Tails looks when Sonic looks at him.
Yeah. Granted, it's probably because he doesn't have that many rings, but yeah, that can be taken so out of context.
Is it can you play as Tails in front in these special stages?
No.
Oh, so you don't get the reverse where Sonic's looking all...
Sure, it's Tails. He's one of Sonic's shitty friends, remember?
Yeah.
But I like Tails.
And he's actually playable this game. He's just regulated to
And he was in the
2-player
classic
control.
series, so technically he's immune to this BS.
That should also be the case for Knuckles, but hey, a lot of us like to forget that too.
Well, Knuckles' character was butchered right after his debut game.
To be fair, his character was...
Not right after that, no.
First
He was fine in Adventure 1 and 2. It was only after Adventure 2 that he got butchered.
Excuse me, Adventure 1, fine, the one where he's tricked by Eggman that easily.
Well, Tail, even in Sonic 3,
come on.
being gullible is part of Knuckles.
Let me handle this one, Pedro. Actually, Tail, in Sonic Adventure, he actually has a reason to be tricked by Eggman, since Eggman tells him that Sonic and Tails are trying to steal pieces of the Master Emerald, and when Knuckles finds Sonic, Sonic just happens to be holding the Chaos Emerald that's green. So you can actually see why he would actually believe Eggman in that, not to mention the fact that even though Eggman tricked him, Knuckles wasn't siding with him this time either. He just tricked him into thinking that Sonic and Tails were also hunting hunting for the Master Emerald pieces.
Remember, Teo,
which it kind of did look like in the long run.
Remember, Teo, the plot of Sonic 3 is that Eggman gets ahead of Sonic and tells Knuckles that Sonic is the one who's the bad guy. So Knuckles is gullible. That's kind of part of this thing. The problem is that
he's naive because he's lived his life sort of in solitude from other people, aside from his animal friends.
True.
And then, like, did Knuckles technically come across Sonic again in the main series until Adventure after that?
He did. Wait a minute. The
main
Sonic
series.
4 is the only thing after Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Unless you count
Knuckles
unless
isn't
you
in it.
count some of the advanced game. No. Actually, no.
Knuckles Chaotix, does that count?
I don't know.
Is Sonic
Advanced. Basically, Advance 1 and 2. Advance 1 and 2.
So I just meant, did they come across each other any time between Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic Adventure?
I guess you could count Sonic Advance as a technical one
Advance
since
came after that.
Basically, for me, it's like this.
Sure, because Advance, people basically assume that Advance comes before Adventure 2, and Sonic Advance 2 takes place before Heroes because Advance 2 is Cream's debut.
Yeah. Basically, for me, it's like this.
Advance 3 has to take place after.
Isn't Cream appears as a cameo in the first Sonic Adventure?
Yeah, she does in the DX.
That was in the remake, Tio.
That's the DX version, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
That
not
was
canon.
the remake, which was made after Advance too.
Anyway,
Oh god, but I had a whole conversation with DBZ Hedgie over that.
Oh my god! Please don't bring that moron up. Anyway, and for me, it's like this. Okay, so it makes sense, like Jova explained, it makes sense for Knuckles to be gullible considering his backstory. But the thing is, okay, in Adventure 1, he was still pretty much the same character, not really any change. In Sonic Adventure 2, he was also pretty much the same character there. The problem is that starting with Sonic Heroes, Sonic Team they started ignoring his Master Emerald duties. It makes no sense for
And to be fair, Pedro, in Sonic Heroes, they did still address the Master Emerald.
Yeah,
And since
in a
Adventure
throwaway line by Rouge that doesn't actually mean anything.
And not just that, but also in the instruction manual.
Oh, of
Apparently
course,
later,
the instruction
Because
manual.
that counts.
well, Sonic Heroes is one of the few cases where it actually does count, believe it or not.
That shouldn't...
But yeah, also, Adventure 2 also establishes that he can apparently shrink down that Master Emerald at will and keep it in his dimensional pocket.
Of
So
course.
basically, that's what a lot of people
But,
assume is that
see-
nowadays
see
he
what
just
I-
holds it.
That's another thing that I hate about Sonic Adventure 2.
Coming up.
Because I hate that because it sounds like they were just coming up with an excuse to have Knuckles in every game. Because doesn't his ability to shrink down the Master Emerald and take him in his... Doesn't it kind of defeat the whole purpose of him being stuck on an island with the duty of protecting it?
Yeah.
I actually have an explanation for that. It's actually the other way around. You see, originally Adventure 2 was supposed to be just Sonic, Knuckles, and Eggman. So it was sort of when the other characters got shoehorned in that they had to rework the plot to work for Knuckles and whatnot. Basically, originally it was just supposed to be a story concerning having Sonic, Knuckles, and Eggman be the free playable characters, and then we were going to have someone more like Blaze the Cat be in Shadow's role, rivaling Sonic.
Yeah.
But later, when they made it more of a sort of, I don't know, at some point they decided to give each character a rival, so they shoehorned in Tails opposite of Eggman, Shadow opposite of Sonic, and Rouge opposite of Knuckles. That's when they had to rework the plot, and that's why Knuckles was sort of still in there, but, well, the story had to be changed to keep him in, unfortunately.
But anyway, the point is, after Sonic, in the games following after Adventure 2, Sonic Team completely forgot about his duty as the role of the Master, especially in Sonic 06, where he has absolutely no reason to be... Even the Riders games, where he has absolutely no business being there. Not to mention the whole treasure hunter backstory, which makes, as Roger pointed out very well in the Sonic, I said it makes no sense for him to be a treasure hunter because how the hell does that fit with his guarding duties? It's just stupid. Anyway, not only
Actually, Pedro, they're addressing Sonic OVA where he was a treasure hunter.
I know, and that's stupid too for that because it makes no sense for Knuckles to be a treasure hunter because he's not. How the hell does that fit with the whole stuck on the island for all of his life protecting the Master Emerald? It makes no sense. It's just stupid. Anyway, the point is, yeah, and after that, not only did they ignore his Master Emerald, but of course, oh, he's gullible. But of course, apparently to Sonic Team, being gullible equals being dumb as all shit. Because in Sonic 06, he's dumb as all shit, and he's pretty much been dumb for all that time. Like, he's dumb in pretty much all the games now.
Actually, he wasn't dumb in Generations or Colors DS.
Well,
that's because...
how much personality did the characters have in Generations?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they did have some character personality in the few cutscenes they got. Seriously, Sega, cutting down on that story was one of the worst things you could have done to it, to shoot it in the leg like that. But yeah, they did have more lines in the Colors DS game, and I did like the variety for the most part. What else was I going to say? But yeah, surprisingly, they actually do bring back, they do bring up back the Master Emerald in Knuckles' official profile in Generations, where you can actually access the gallery. And apparently now they...
You actually get to Sky Sanctuary in that game, so I guess that's, you know...
Yep. Basically, the thing is like, well, it seems that ever since Generations, they brought Knuckles back to being a Master Emerald Guardian who can apparently occasionally leave that thing on guard duty. You know, if there's one thing I will appreciate about the Archie comics, they actually establish what Knuckles does when he leaves the Master Emerald.
Oh, you mean the one? You mean the fact that it holds an elephant inside of it, or?
No.
But it will show. Yeah, in the crossover with the Image comics, apparently the person who come across Knuckles and the Master Emerald sees like the image of an elephant or something.
Yeah. Not that one, Tio. Actually, most recently in the Archie comics, apparently he has his old buddies from the Chaotix keep watch over, or he has someone else keep his away.
Well, that doesn't count though, because it's the Archie comics. The Archie comics.
I know. It's the comics. That's why I said there's one thing I will appreciate the Archie comics for. It's that. Anywho, I guess we're just left to assume. That he somehow keeps that thing guarded somehow, some way. However, yeah. Basically, for me, Heroes isn't really that much an annoyance since they do actually still address.
Sorry, I'm being ill. Sucks.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's okay.
What sucks?
But it's okay. Hold on, Joe. I have to... Oh, is this it? Oh, actually, no. This is not the last one. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's basically it. Keep going, Joe.
Basically, the way I see it, Heroes kind of was a bit annoying, but I overall forgive Heroes since it still regards it. And in hindsight, apparently now we can just assume Knuckles somehow keeps an eye on it. But yeah, 06 is the one that really annoyed me concerning Knuckles. Granted, that game was supposed to be a reboot, but that was a stupid idea to begin with.
Not to mention the whole idea of the game being a reboot.
Not to mention the fact that it makes Knuckles into a guy completely willing to take a card from Eggman, just let Eggman go, and give that card to Sonic. Just like that.
Not to mention the whole Sonic 06 being a reboot thing is thrown out the window with Generations anyway, so...
That's because the game was thrown out.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it was thrown out even before Generations.
Honestly,
but also the thing about Riders, there was something about Riders. Oh yeah, with Riders, I can actually forgive him not looking over the Master Emerald since actually, I don't know where it was hinted at, but
for all we know, he hires someone to look after it.
But that destroys the purpose of the whole Lone Guardian with a doomed to this fate thing.
I know, but Sega already did that, so...
Besides, is it Sonic Adventure the whole retcon about the Kidna tribe thing?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that.
The fact that there was an entire Kidna tribe that fit the purpose of Knuckles being there all alone.
I really don't understand why Sonic Team...
Chronicles.
I
from Adventure is still dead.
I really don't understand why is it so hard for Sonic Team to keep a consistent continuity.
I mean, they tried to do too much.
To be fair, Pedro, apparently...
remember what Johnny said about Sonic 06. This is a series that started as a cute furry animal and his assistant Foxy Two Tails against a fat doctor who turned animals into robots. And now he's starting to pretend getting itself seriously. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. Basically, with Sonic Riders, that one's more a spin-off, so I could actually buy into Knuckles with the whole Master Emerald thing. Also, Knuckles being a treasure hunter was
Hold on,
also
Joma.
sort of...
I'm gonna interrupt you there so we can get back to commentating
Go on,
what's on
yes.
screen because I have a bone to pick with.
Stage 7.
I have a bone to pick with this one. So,
Pedro,
Okay.
Pedro, can you think of one Sonic game where we don't have a bone to pick with Stage 7 of the specials?
Generations for
Actually,
DS.
yes, Sonic Heroes Stage 3.
True, and Colors DS.
Go ahead, Pedro, because I'm curious, actually.
Generations for DS special stages are so easy, and literally anyone can complete those. Anyway, I'm ready. Okay. Fuck this special stage in its fucking ass. Okay, so here's my problem. Okay, for the first section, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, by this point, you've pretty much trained with the special stages, so you already kind of know. You're basically going through the motions. Fine. Okay, here's the problem with the second section. I think it's the second section. Is it the second or the first section when it happens? Okay, guys, you know how... okay, question. What are the... Shiro, what are the controls for the special stages here?
Huh?
What are the controls? Can you tell me the controls for these special stages?
Up, down, left, right, jump.
Wait,
Okay. What if I tell you that there's an extra ability that the game never actually tells you about? And now for no reason it's implied. Here we go. Okay, you know what this is? Basically, if you press square, Sonic does a kind of a boost thing, which allows you to go fast. And it's the only way to get enough rings to get this action. That loop that we just passed through, I'm literally forced to boost and so I can get enough rings so I can get past the checkpoint.
And the game doesn't tell you that at all.
The game doesn't tell me. The Ring Scratch crew also commented on this. The game doesn't tell you that this ability exists. You're just supposed to know. So.
What's that noise?
Fortunately, by the no, don't bother, Shiro. It's just random sound effects. Anyway, the point is, yeah. Fortunately, when I got this game, I already knew because I saw the Brain Scratch first impressions video, so I already knew. So going in, I was prepared. But fuck the terrible design. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Joker.
yeah, basically, to be fair, Pedro, the whole treasure hunter thing is technically
And
addressed
not
in
that,
Advent.
this special stage. We're
Right.
done. We're done with that argument, Joe. Let's actually talk about what's on screen.
I wasn't arguing. I was just pointing out that the treasure hunter thing actually is sort of brought up in the Adventures game because of his treasure hunting stages. Yes, they use
Let's
that
talk
as
about
some
this
actual
special
lore.
stage and its
But yeah, let's
featured
talk
color
about it.
scheme.
It's over anyway.
Is there really much to talk about this special stage? We're almost done.
Fine. Well, I guess I kind of got the job done. I guess so.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right,
idea.
everybody. So yeah, that's Sonic 4. It's not, and no, there's not going to be an episode 3. So stop expecting for it.
Pedro,
Also,
you
stop
might as well be
expecting
trying
an
to stop
Adventure Free as
Sonic
well,
Adventure
please.
Free.
Actually, I can still see Sonic Adventure 3 happening at this point, but
I can't. Sorry, I'll believe it when we get to
Pedro has
them.
more faithful in Sonic Adventure 3 than in an actual Sonic 4 Episode 3.
no, because
Well, I can't blame him.
Well, it's because I think Izuka knows that a lot of fans wanted it. So it might get to a point where if he gets desperate, he'll probably just make it for the sake. Okay, we're
You
desperate.
already
let's-
have Adventure Free, and it
I
bombed.
know, Shiroi, but you know how? But he knows that. Okay, we're desperate. Let's just please the people and give them what they want.
I'll agree that it's more likely than a Sonic 4 Episode 3, but I still think it's very unlikely.
All right, everybody,
Yeah,
that's Sonic 4 Episode 2. We're done. Fuck this game, and see ya then. See ya for Generations 3DS.
Or something else entirely.
See ya.